Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. She is done. So I have worked on it pretty much nonstop for the last couple of days whenever I'm not filming. So I have finished it and I love it, and it's going to be very hard for me to let go of. But I'm very happy with the way it came out. So this will go along with it. I made this, I can't remember if this was a short or what. I think I did a short for this, but it's got a journaling card here that tucks into this this is a vintage envelope. And then I just added a pocket down there and some book page and trim across the top, and then it flips up, and there's another, there's a gentleman here, but you could write here, and then of course this is a whole notepad of that kind of legal paper. So that will go along. I didn't have a pocket that it would fit in, so it'll just be an add-on. And then I have done the spine here with this kind of, I don't know, tan colored lace, and then a cream colored applique over that. And it's all old embroidery, or not embroidery, what do you call this? Upholstery type fabric. So really nice fabric on the back that should hold up very well. And then this is a like 1980s scrapbook thing that I had with all these old frames in it. It was like a photo album. That's what it was. Because you could slide in your whatever photograph you wanted. I put in one of the images from the kit, and then I glued it on here. So obviously that can't be changed, but that's what that piece is. And then I've tied it with this beautiful rust colored sari silk, and that's just through some eyelets. So it can be changed if it needs to be or wants to be or whatever. Okay, so then when you open it up, it's a 3 signature journal, and I believe I put 20 pages in each signature, if I can remember that. You know, whole pages folded in half, so then it's doubled the 40, and so on and so forth. As I mentioned, this one is spoken for, so this won't go into my shop, but I just want to show you guys since you kind of hung out with me the whole time I've made it. So anyway, I have kind of like a library pocket here. This was a coin envelope, a vintage coin envelope that I just cut the top off of to make into a pocket, and then there's a journaling card there. And most of these images are from my autumn 1910 digital download, and then I've added other things like this little saying here. That's from a different maker on Etsy, and I will include her shop in the description box below this video. And then of course some scrapbook paper and whatnot in there as well. Okay, so then this is all 1910. This is my Fall is in the Air digital download from 2 years ago, and that's my 1920 something digital download. So I do have other kits obviously in these. This is from Reason for the Season. I believe that's volume 2. I'm pretty sure volume 2 on that one. And then a nice little cluster here. I showed you guys I use a whole strip of fabric and then put all different fabrics on and stitch it, and then I cut it and, you know, add it here and there wherever I want. And that's my spilling tea. And then just some napkin on that old vintage music page, and also I added a frame with some coffee dye, just a little writing spot there. And then we have this card which we made, which we made for the 50 stack challenge. So this won't be in my 50 stack challenge when we do the review. There might be pieces that are missing on that one just because I have journals that come up before the time is up. So this will be one of them. And it was fire was the prompt. And then this opens like so, and you can write all in there. And there's a nice long tag here, and this was from the color challenge. So that worked out well. That was navy and orange, so that was a good good one for this journal. And then these are die cuts from my Etsy shop. And then that just ties again, just so it's not flopping. I'll tie it later. Flopping or open and closed and all that while you're flipping through your pages and writing and whatever. And that's the Autumn 1910, Autumn 1910. These are all Autumn 1910 images. Just one of the tags. I didn't decorate this one. I just love that image. So June, if you'd like to, you can add to it or whatnot. But anyway, that just tucks up in there. It's a altered paper clip, so it's on both sides. It's just one paper clip, and it's coming out the top there. That's what the little fuzz is. And then this is a hand-painted piece, watercolor, and then this is just a graphic 45. I just liked the color and everything in there. So tuck that in, and then this is another hand-painted piece here with our leaves and our gentleman. That's a piece of this page just folded over to make a tuck. And that's Rachel at Roxy Creations. My kind of straw paper. I can never remember the name of that for some reason. This is scrapbook paper, so I've just printed on the back of scrapbook paper. Edith Holden book page, which I love. Another little cluster. This is out of a Sears and Roebuck. You can see it's one of the remakes. It's not like an original or anything. And we have a bag that we have this tag in. That's another one that I think I did for a 50 stack challenge. So another one that won't be in there when we do the review. And then I have this little journaling card that I made, and just a vintage greeting card just because I liked it and thought it was kind of neat to have a few pieces that are vintage tucked in here and there. This is some paper that was dyed and was gifted to me. Love the color on this side. It's beautiful. That's more just like probably 90s, early 90s. Like I think it was, I want to say scrapbook paper, but you know, like letterhead or whatever. And this is from my Regal digital download, William Morris, beautiful paper. Some avocado dye. That's the Autumn 1910 digital. And then over here, I did another one of these clustery type things, but it's just on one of the journaling cards from the kit, and then I just added other bits to it, kind of like we did with the tags, but instead of a tag, it's a journaling card. And then this little tag, I've added goodies to. That just tucks in there. So you can still write on the upper part of this page just fine. And then avocado dye, more of the William Morris paper from my Regal kit. And those pages there. And then this is the other half of that mushroom watercolor that I did. Flashcard that's been inked and decorated up. Some coffee dye. That's by Dee Dee Farrago. Did that for me, and the Edith Holden page. And this is another old book that I have. I just like to include it because it was a good size to go with the Edith Holden. And then this is one of my old posters, Autumn, there. And then one of the tags that we made again for the color challenge, that was rust and green. So yeah, a lot of my bits ended up going into this one because, you know, I made them intentionally for that. This was a collage masterboard that we did using all kinds of stuff. And then I just added coffee dye paper to the back so that it is a little writing spot that tucks up in there, kind of up behind his head, because his head is glued at the top. And then there's a little tuck there, so there's a little journaling spot that opens up. And another, this is a Tim Holtz tag, so really not much writing there. You could cover the back if you wanted to, but I just like the way that looks with those leaves are in my shop, not colored like that, but I just added Distress Oxide ink to those. And then this is one of those little clusters hanging all off the edge there. And there are videos for a lot of the pieces in here. And then you can see I did rough up the pages. I was trying to go for that. If you know those old books with all the rough pages, I don't know that I really succeeded, but I like it. Okay, and this is one of those fireplaces like I used with the dog journaling card. And I'll try to remember to put her shop in there as well. The Autumn 1910. And then these are just bits and pieces in it. That's a vintage envelope again. This is out of a book I have with all kinds of digital scrap, like real vintage scrap. It's just duplicates, you know, because you make a copy of it. This is an old piece of, what do you call that, composition notebook, those tiny little composition notebook page. And then this is just an image that I had. I think I probably got it on Pinterest. But anyway, that envelope is all original, just decorated it a little bit up just to cover some of the stuff. But I did like the doodles here because it kind of looks like a pile of leaves with a tree or something. And it says October. I don't know. It was just kind of a fun in September on the postage. And then I just put a pocket here, and then on this side of the envelope, there's a spot for a card going in the side. And that's one of the images from the kit. This one, I don't know where I got that one. I don't remember, but anyway, it's an old copy of a poster or something. Spillin' Tea, Reason for the Season, 1920 something. Fall is in the Air, and then we're back to the 1910, autumn 1910, and that's Fall is in the Air again. And then here's another one of our clusters that we made together with all the goodies hanging out the side, and there's some goodies in here. These are Tim Holtz pieces. I just added the leaves and the golden hour there on that one. This one's just as is. And one of the tags, I didn't cover a lot of these just because I love that print and I love the color, and I just didn't want to cover it, but you could if you wanted to. There's just some dyed paper on the back of that piece. That's just some ephemera I had. Old music page, coffee dye. This is my fall fodder leaves. These are the originals. There's a digital for this, but those are original. And then this is one of my old posters, autumn digital, and those are actual old posters for those. And autumn 1910. Oh, and then this is sewing tissue. Sorry, it's like, what is that? Just turned into kind of like a ruffle, and then I did a collage on there as well and stitched it. So I'm going to show you guys how to do these today. That's the little project we'll do for. Just there's a little project as well as the flip through. And then this little paper clip is a rusty paper clip. I just turned over the edge because it was kind of scratching that, and so I didn't want that. So I turned it over so it isn't scratchy anymore. Another one of those leaves, original leaves from the fall fodder. And then another, oh, I'm going to leave that out. I didn't realize I never backed that. So I'll back that and put that back. And then that tips out so you can write here. It's a little stiff right now, and that's because it's all new. But you'll remember when I did this page, I kind of goofed up the edge here. So I glued down a piece of washi just to make sure that's all nice and smooth and no goof ups there. And then this side is where the flap of that goes. So that's, I put that there to, you know, kind of cover that up. This will mark this right here with the rest. So that is a thing it will do. I apologize if you hear anything loud. My neighbor is, so that's all I can say about that. And then this is another rusty paper clip. I might turn that one over as well, so maybe I'll set that aside. And then it's just a journaling spot that comes off, so it's not permanent. It can go anywhere in the journal. And then we have our Regal again, more of the Sears and Roebuck. And then I did put an old vintage flashcard here. Just did a little collage with some leaves and bits from the kit, and this is some dictionary page that my sister and I inked, dyed, jelly plated, whatever. And there's that. I just love that image. And this is an original piece that I just decided to tuck in some watercolor and collage there. Kind of goes pretty good, still fall sort of theme. So that's tucked in there. Autumn 1910, avocado dye with some leaves. My friend Denise at Wonder Bar Crafts does that avocado dye, and I don't know if she has any in her shop or not. She hasn't been doing YouTube or anything for a long time. So the Sears and Roebuck page again, the other side of the William Morris paper there. This is scrapbook paper. I just printed on the back because it was white and I didn't like that. Edith Holden, the little book page again with that pocket from the Jelly Plate prints that my sister did. And then this is one of the images that's in the kit. I just turned it into a tag. It just tucks right in that pocket, and there's a nice little, you know, cluster there. Fabric, coffee dye, autumn 1910, straw paper, and then another Edith Holden page that I always open and you guys can't see it. I just don't ever want to take these apart or cut them, so I always end up doing something like that with them. I don't know. I know, it's so silly. And then it says November. I like that. And there's a little tag tucked in there. And this one also opens up, so you can write on that and just put a little decorative papers there. But there's room. You could add another tag in there or whatever. And then our little fabric that hangs over, plus it helps keep that closed. And avocado dye. And autumn 1910. Coffee dye. And then this little notepad. One of the images from the kit, and then there's just coffee dyed paper stitched together that tucks under this little tuck here. And this is another piece of that sewing tissue that I've turned into a ruffle, and I added, you know, fabric and leaves and things, and that just tucks under there, which is one of the CD envelope covers, and I shrunk it down, which I guess we kind of all are doing now. Thank you, Carol Laws. Carol started that, and now it's like, oh yeah, that is a good way to do it. But anyway, and also tucking stuff in the front. You can put like acetate behind so that it is like an actual CD envelope, but this idea that Carol had where you know, tuck things in the front is fabulous. And I just tucked all kinds of little random bits of ephemera that I had. This is one of the posters from the old posters, autumn, shrunk down. That one shrunk down because the actual size is more like that. And then this is from Tailor Made Journals. I believe she has bird tea cards, and that's what that is. So tucked that in there. And then we have our Mr. Tomcat, it looks like to me. Don't know. Could be a girl, but just has that look. And then I just added some leaves and stuff just for fun, for a more autumn look, and that tucks in there so he can peek over. And I added this rusted clip that I have here. It can go away if you don't want it, but kind of helps hold this envelope closed. And then there's little goodies in the envelope as well to write on or just look at. And again, you could definitely add more things in there for sure. And behind, there's room. So there's still room to play in here. And this is the Fall is in the Air, autumn 1910. And that's 1920 something digital that page is in. It's fun to add different things because then you get, you know, the different textures and stuff. So yeah. And then that little cluster and another frame with some leaves, little writing spot. Because the music page, obviously, you can't write on, so I just like to do that as a little something to write on. And then, it's caught up there. I have another one of the rusty paper clips here, just to kind of hold this stuff in it. Without the paper clip, they kind of want to fall out just because of gravity, you know. So, because that's not like a huge pocket. This is just old book page. I'm not sure. That might be Spanish, if I could talk. I don't know. I really don't know, so I'm sorry. And then one of the tags from the kit that I didn't do anything to because he's just, I mean, fabulous, right? And then just another piece of scrapbook paper that I just added some coffee dye to the back of. And the paper clip just kind of helps hold it all there. These are those leaves, again, the doodle leaves. They work great for making little tuck spots for, you know, just like a tag or whatever. That's one of the tags from the kit, and then just a little saying. And more of that old book page and Edith Holden paper. Here's another one of our clusters that we made together on the tags. And I did it, you know, because I did it like a belly band, so I did a long skinny tag there. Fall is in the air, it says. And then that just tucks down. And there's just a couple little pieces of a tag and a piece of ephemera tucked in there. I really love these. I'm hooked on those for sure now. This is just scrapbook paper that I printed on the back, which it came out really cool because this is embossed along the edge. So I was shocked that it came out that well, but it did. So hallelujah. More of the Regal paper. This is another piece. I think it's actually like stationery. That's the word I was looking for. And then Sears and Roebuck. You can see the washi along here. If you don't remember, I talked about it in the beginning, but just in case you weren't with me then or whatever, I put washi there for these old pages because when you fold them in half, sometimes they crack, and that keeps them from coming apart because they will. So yeah, avocado die. Another vintage envelope here that I added one of those little stickers that I make. I don't know if you guys remember. It's been a while, but this is what I have left, where I would paint on them or whatever and then add things. This one I just doodled on. This one I added Tim Holtz and everything, a lot like this, old paper bits. It's great for using those little teeny bits of stuff that you have. So, and this is a vintage envelope, you can see, from 1955 from my friend Lorraine. Thank you, Lorraine. And then a couple pieces of ephemera from the kit. This is the old posters, autumn, because I have them for Christmas too, and I hate getting them. This is from that card catalog that I got on Amazon, and it has old, like, Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain, you know, one of the cards from the card catalog. It's just a what do you call it, like a remake or whatever, so it's not vintage, but you can write on the back, and I just thought that's kind of fun. It says Samuel Clemens on there, and I think it even says, that's what it was, it's 1835, and then he passed in 1910, so just thought that was kind of cool. And an image from the kit, and so is this. And then I have a cluster that my sister actually made, which is beautiful with all the little French knots. And then this is a piece of lace that I added to the back so that it hangs out, you know. And more Sears and Roebuck and Regal. Oh, and this is another one of those leaves. This is actually from my Fall is in the Air Digi, and it was already made in one of my little stashes, so I just popped it in behind that leaf. I thought that was fun. I just glued the leaf on, you know, the whole stem and just the tip, so it just kind of tucks, and you can even see the corner of it there. So those are just fun little tucks. You could write here on this Edith Holden page, since I am too chicken to ever cover it up or whatever. This is another one of those stickers, and the whole thing's just stuck down, so it's not a tuck or anything, but that's a pine cone that I drew on the watercolor. Seemed autumny to me. And then here we have a large pocket from the Collage Masterboard. Just added some fun images from the kit, some trim across the bottom, and then a couple of tags from, you know, pieces from the kit. This is from the kit, and that's washi tape, you know, that kind of thing. So just to decorate them up. They look fabulous. Is there, looks like there's something caught there. I get, oh, I put a wrinkle in the paper. I do that. You'd think I would know what that was by now, right? Music page, another little cluster there. This is Fall is in the Air. I love that. That's a picture my sister took, and then Theron, my son, messed with the filters, but anyway, to get that look about it, where it almost looks like a watercolor or something. And 1920 something. And then this is one of the things we painted in Watercolor Wednesday, and both of these we did the same day, blackberries and acorns. So I put that on that page. It just fits so perfectly. I couldn't believe it right there. So I love that. And then it is signed. There's no pocket in the back, but it was starting to get pretty fat, And I was like, I don't want to end up with a big old alligator mouth. You know what I'm saying? So that is her. She is done, June. So I will be in contact with you about how to get her sent to you. So anyways, all ready to go. Well, not all ready to go because I got to pack it up, right? But it is complete at least. All right, so the way I did this, and I'm sure, you know, lots of people have done this, and it's no big shakes, but if you're new to journaling and whatever, or scrapbooking, I mean, you could use this for a lot of things. You could use it for card making. You could use it for lots of stuff. So what you want to do is take a piece. Doesn't matter. This one's been cut, and you can see it's kind of rounded here, but I'm just going to fold it over. And then fold it over again. And it doesn't matter. You could go accordion style if you want. It makes no difference. I just like to fold it about 4 times just to give it some, you know, this stuff is so thin. It's just like air, basically. So I like to do it 4 times, but you can do it twice, or you can do it 5 or whatever. It doesn't matter. So yeah. Why did I go so dark all of a sudden? Hold on. Okay, I did not know what happened, but anyways, I'm back and hoping that it will not happen again. So fold it over 4 times in case it got so dark you couldn't even see what in the world I was doing. I just fold, flatten it, fold, flatten it 4 times, okay? And then I'm going to take this piece off because we don't need that flapping around. So I'm going to go sew it on the sewing machine, and I just do, this one I did kind of fat. You don't have to do it this fat. I just wanted to make sure everybody could see, because you could do it, like the one I did was about, you know, that wide. We're going to cut it, but anyways, I'm going to go run this through the sewing machine, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So you can see I've just done a zigzag stitch all the way down the middle. You kind of want it down the middle because we're going to cut now, and so it just is going to work better if it's down the middle. Cutting the bottom up, and then you can decide how wide you want it. I'm going to go ahead and go about here, and I'm going to try to cut straight, but I won't. So, oh well, I didn't on the one in the journal either, and I'll show you in a minute. It's not the end of the world. Don't stress about it. And your fold, like you can probably see, when it was folded up, this is a lot thinner over here than it was in here. You know, it kind of moves around. That's just the nature of the tissue, and just an even better reason to cut it, I feel like, because then that helps sort of even it up. And you could use any kind of scissors that you have with some kind of neat edge. You could probably even tear it if you wanted a grungier look, ink it up, do all kinds of stuff to it. And of course, you don't have to just use it for one season. You can use it anytime. You could use it in grungy journals, guy journals, shabby chic journals, really anything. It's gonna come down to how you decorate it, really. So like the last one was fall. We're gonna do this one Christmassy. So I can use it maybe in a Christmas journal. Okay. And I don't worry, you know, because like I cut right through the stitching. I don't worry about it a whole lot because it will get glued when it gets glued to the page. It's going to get stitched again when I stitch on, stitch the pleats into it and stitch on any other items. I feel like I'm just really up your nose for some reason. I don't know what is going on with the light. I apologize. It's doing something weird. So what I did essentially is I just, and I am not any type of professional seamstress or anything even near. Actually, I can never think of how to start these, but anyway, you're just making pleats. And when I do it on the sewing machine, I think I do it the other direction. I do. It's like this. So I'm going the wrong way. Yes, this is right. Isn't that weird how your brain does that? Well, my brain. Maybe that's what we should talk about, is my brain. Now, normally I'd be doing this on the sewing machine, so I wouldn't be adding glue, but I'm just going to add a little touch of glue just to tack it and hold it until I can run a stitch through it again. And I'm not fast at this. Some people just whatever. I don't do it very often, so just go at whatever pace works for you. And I am not super precise either about how far apart my folds are. You can do whatever works best to make it happen for you. And I think I was told before that I do this backwards, which is very possible because I do a lot of things backwards. But you know, what can I tell you? My sister crochets backwards, so I don't know, must be our brains. So this one's probably not as long as it could have been, so it might be used on just more as a cluster type thing rather than down the page. It might be long enough. We'll see once it's done here. Now, you are being ridiculous, so stop. So you could just glue it too, obviously, because once you've stitched it, you've got a stitch in there, so it's not like you have to stitch it again. Wow, I really stunk at the cutting there, didn't I? I'll probably stitch it again just because I like the way it looks to have the stitches. Oh wait, or is that extra? Oh no, that's those edges that were not even happening right there. And I'm going to leave that little bit down there, just that long, to make the whole thing longer, because I'm going to add some things here, so it's not like it's going to be super noticeable. It's obviously all going to depend on how long your piece of tissue is. You guys help me. Oh, actually, I don't usually use this glue. I usually use glue stick because I'm going to stitch it, like I said. And why is there yellow? I don't know. I mean, I guess you could add some yellow, but do a little red lace. And it's just all going to get stitched. Glue stick is what I usually use to hold this stuff down, because art glitter glue doesn't really hold fabric at all. At all. And my glue stick will, so there's that. I don't know how long, like I wouldn't say, yeah, just glue fabric with Scotch Create and you're set, because I don't know how long it will hold it, but it holds it in place long enough to put it down and go stitch it. So I do know that. And I like to do little folds in it and whatever. Got a piece of lace here. I mean, just use whatever, you know, all these little bits that we save of the fabric. Just put it down. And try not to overthink it a lot, because that seems to just mess it up. I don't know. This is obviously just a strip of sparkly Christmas fabric. I might tie this in a little bow, maybe. We shall see. You can also do the 2 rabbit ears, and that usually gives you a better looking bow. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh. Should not be this hard. I don't want to pull so hard it comes undone, but it's difficult on me. It's all windy today. I mean, it's beautiful. The sun is shining. So that makes me totally happy. But it's a little windy. Oh my gosh, you guys, I totally forgot. Hugs and blessings to June, Junelle, and Karen. I appreciate you guys for your kind comments and just always supportive and wonderful. So thank you, thank you. And thank you to all of you. Thank you to new subscribers. Thank you to people who follow me regularly and comment regularly. Oh my gosh, it means so much. Any interaction you have with my channel helps my channel. So I thank you guys. I can't tell you how much it means, because the darn algorithms, it's like a dirty word for me, I'm telling you. I'm so tired of hearing about it. I'm sure you guys are too. It's just annoying. Like, they don't put your videos up unless everybody's oohing and awing. Let's be honest, we're all adults. Who ooh and ahs over us anymore? Right? Drives me nuts. But anyway, that's how the algorithm works. I didn't make it up. Nor would I. This is perfect for all the little bits and pieces that we all have just hanging out, right? At least I do. I don't know. I have that whole tub full. I'm gonna let that one hang down so then it would hang off the bottom of the page. I'm sorry, my nose is itchy, like little ticklies. Okay. So then I have Tim Holtz stickers, which I'm obviously going to glue on the back. What did I do with my... Oh, it fell down. My inker. Because these stickers don't stick. I don't know why, but they don't. So we're going to make it stick. At least long enough to get it to the sewing machine. Whoa. Whoa. Maybe. Tuck it right under there and it'll look like that was on purpose when it wasn't. I know that covered up a lot of my fabric, but that's okay. It's okay. Put this little red one here. I mean, this has nothing to even do with Christmas, but it's red. And it's what I have right here, so that's what I'm using. Huh? Okay. I don't know if I'll use these little ones, but you could, you know. I just have a lot of green down here and I don't want any more green. So, but these little teeny Tim Holtz things would be great on this too, just like they are for those cluster things. So what I'm going to do is go stitch it again. I know, it's annoying because I'm back and forth, but it's kind of what you do. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and I squirreled. So I'll show you the strip in just a minute. I just want to show you guys, if you've never seen how to do this before, this is one of those rusted paper clips. And I'm just taking the end, the outside end, with, you have to have the round, these type of round pliers, but you just take it and maybe, if you can keep a hold of it, turn it to make a little loop. And that just kind of helps it from being quite so scratchy. You know, they can be really scratchy on the page. So anyway, that's how I do that. I think different people do them different ways, but direction wise. But anyway, so you can see on this one, I cut it too thin here, and then it got a little wider as it went up, and that happens. I mean, you know, sometimes when you're cutting by hand, especially, you think you're going straight and you're not. But anyway, once you add the cluster and pieces down here, it's no big deal. So that is the fall one, because I said I would show you where my boo-boo was. And then this one, you can see it's not quite long enough, so you might want to end up using it like on a belly band or something like that. With the lace, I mean, that's kind of forgiving, but it's always hard to tell once you start making the ruffle how long, but it needs to be pretty long to start with. But I don't worry about stuff like that a whole lot because I figure it'll get used somewhere and then I can make another one for down the page, you know. But it would be great on a strip of paper, just a strip of paper of some decorative type or whatever for Christmas, and then put that right down the middle and have it as a belly band behind. Be super cute. So yeah, but the edge of the page is what the intention was. But you also saw in this journal that I used a piece that I snipped off because the other one was too long to go on that, this piece right up here. So that was just an extra bit. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will chat again with you soon. Love you guys. Bye now.